What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and in this video I'm going to be giving you 7 reasons why not to buy the iPhone 7. Now iPhone fanboys, calm down before you start going all,
what are you talking about, Willis?
just hear me out. I'm sure you'll agree with at least some of my reasons, so watch this video till the end, and if you disagree with me then feel free to dislike this video. That's absolutely fine. Now a lot of people are calling the iPhone 7 the iPhone 6 SE. It was even rumored to be called the iPhone 6 SE. And there's many reasons for that, and that brings me on to reason number 1, and that's the design. It's not really too different. It's exactly the same as the iPhone 6s and 6 with some minor tweaks. In terms of the size and dimensions, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus are exactly the same as the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, which are 2 years old, and the only real difference that you have is the fact that you don't have the antenna band going across the back. It just goes around the edge. They're calling this a redesign, but I don't really see it as a redesign because it's just a removal of an antenna band. I mean, it's almost like Tim Cook having some frame glasses and next day going into Apple with some half rim glasses and claiming to be I'm Kim Brook, I'm not Tim Cook. Okay, yes, so I'm really bad at impersonations, but you get the point, It's not really much of a difference. So this is more of an iPhone 6 SE or 6SS. To be called an iPhone 7, I was expecting a new design. Now, there are some new colors which do look really nice. The matte black, especially for me, looks really nice. And then we've got the jet black, the glossy one. So those are some nice options, but realistically speaking, I would have expected these on the iPhone 6s models and a fresh new design here for the iPhone 7. Another design choice which is a little bit negative is the camera bump. So this brings me on to point number 2. This camera bump looks pretty ugly and it's actually larger compared to the previous year models. Now I know a lot of you don't care about a camera bump, you have a case on anyway. Yes, I totally get that, but think about it this way. If Apple had made the devices a little bit thicker, just a tad bit thicker, there would be no camera bump and you'd have space for, guess what? A bigger battery. Yes, a bigger battery, and that would have made a huge difference. I don't know why Apple just don't seem to understand that nobody gives a crap about thin phones. Having them a little bit thicker with bigger batteries is all welcome. So that's my point number 3, and that is the battery. The battery really hasn't changed in size, and although you do have some longer life because of the optimizations and the new processor, which is all well and good, if you just had a larger battery in there, it would have lasted us all day. The 7 Plus will probably last most people all day, but I very much doubt the 7 will. And my point number 4 is related to the battery because we still don't have fast charging or wireless charging. Now wireless charging, I get not everybody uses, but fast charging has been around for years, and pretty much most of the other flagship devices have some form of fast charging, and it's really nice to have a quick top up when you need. This has not been included with the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. Yes, I know you can use the iPad charger to get some faster speeds and stuff, but I don't care about that. I want it out of the box. I want a charger that's going to charge my device up fast, and if I do need a top up, then I can get that. This is still not included as standard on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. Now my reason number 5 is the resolution. We still have 750p. This is 2016 and we're still working on something that's just above 720p, and we don't have 1080p on the iPhone 7. The iPhone 7 Plus isn't too bad. 1080p is workable, although lots of other competition devices have Quad HD, and once you've used those and you come back to an iPhone, you really do notice the difference. And I believe one of the reasons why Apple do not upgrade the resolution of the iPhone 7 is because the battery is already so tiny that if you had more pixels, then the battery wouldn't even last you half the day. And this is where it comes back to that battery. Why not just give us a bigger battery on a slightly thicker device? Now moving on to my point number 6, and that is the lack of a headphone jack. Personally for me, this isn't too much of a big deal because I usually always use wireless headphones. But for those of you who do use wired headphones, this is going to be a bit of an issue. Now, don't get me wrong, it's great that Apple are including some earpods, lightning earpods inside the box, as well as a lightning converter. That's definitely nice to see. I was expecting them to charge us another $30, $40, $50 for these additionally, but thankfully they have included those in the box. That's pretty good. But think about it this way: if you're somebody who listens to music while your phone's charging, then you're not going to be able to do that wired. So I know a lot of people are out and about walking, they might have a battery case or something on, and they will be listening to their headphones wired. Then they're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to go out and purchase some wireless earphones, and trust me, don't go ahead and spend $160 on those AirPods, which look like earrings. That's again, another lazy attempt from Apple, where they've simply just got earpods without the wires. It's like, okay, let's just keep things just the way they are and not even bother. They look so funny and just dangle out your ears. I mean, come on, they could have really put some more effort into it. I think Johnny Ives, I mean, I love his design in previous years, but I think he's kind of losing his touch. No offense, mate. Now, let's go on to my final point, number 7, and that is the price. Now, if you're in the US, then this shouldn't be too much of a problem because you're going to be paying the same as what you would have paid last year, and you're actually going to be getting more storage. So the base model is now 32. Finally, I mean, this year if they had included 16 gigabytes, that would have been my point number 1. But it's good that you now actually have 32 gigabytes as a base model. So for the US, you're okay, but in the UK, you're going to be paying £60 more compared to last year for the base models. But for the iPhone 7 Plus, you're going to be paying more both here in the UK as well as in the US. And if you go for the higher end model, so the 256 gigabyte model, then you are going to be paying close to $1,000 offline. That is a lot of money. And if you want the jet black version, you can only get that in the 128 gig or 256 gigabyte variant. So you are going to be having to dish out your money if you're going for the iPhone 7 Plus. So these price changes should not really have come. I mean, I know with the iPhone 7 you've got those dual cameras, but you know, paying up to $1,000 for a phone offline is definitely quite steep. So those were my 7 reasons why you should not buy the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. I know some of you are not going to like this video, and I totally get that, but you have to agree with at least one of my points. If you agree with at least one of my points, then drop that in the comment section below. If you want to see another video with 7 reasons to buy the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, then also let me know in the comment section below, and I'll do that in the next few days. As I said, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus do bring lots of good, and I do like a lot of features in there, but these were just some of the points that I needed to address and just rant out there. And thank you for listening to those. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing lots more iPhone coverage, so make sure you do stay tuned for that. Also switch on notifications to see those first. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time. Man, I'm going to get so much hate from iPhone fanboys.
Toodaloo, mother.
Hey, you